What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another Friday Night Smackdown review. As I got my Smackdown shirt on, so they, recap. They did like a little recap of what happened last week on the season premiere of Friday Night Smackdown, and then they kicked it off with Paul Heyman basically coming out and running down LA Knight, revealing that LA Times was the one to break the news that it would be LA Knight versus Roman Reigns. What we already knew was going to happen, but it was confirmed by LA Times that it would be Roman Reigns versus LA Knight at Crown Jewel, and that next week will be a contract signing between the two. And then he just ran down like all these warning shots that what Roman Reigns did last week was a warning shot, and that which the LA Knight that'll be the last time we see LA Knight, because he will be smashed and conquered and all that type of stuff. But then LA Knight will come out furious after what Roman Reigns did last week. No, Roman Reigns is not on the channel. On the show. Roman Reigns is not on the show, but I say that because LA Knight basically came out and told Paul Heyman, as far as I'm concerned, I got a problem with your boy and not you, so you can get the hell out of the ring. And he demanded that Roman Reigns come down the ring and face him right now. But then, obviously, Roman's not on the show. So then he did like a hilarious thing like with Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman took so long to get out the ring. Paul Heyman was like in between the ropes. He was like, nah, where you going? He said, you told me to get out the ring. He said, I don't care what you think I said. You stay your ass in this ring. And then he began to like basically run down Paul Heyman for his little idle threats. And that he told Paul Heyman that he don't do warning shots, because if you're going to take a shot at him, you better put him down for good. And that he's going to be like Michael Myers. He just going to keep getting back up and coming after you, because he ain't going to stop and won't stop. And that he won't stop until he beat Roman Reigns and until he becomes the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. And then it told Paul Heyman, like, call your buddy Roman Reigns and let him know who game is it. And make sure you tell him it's L.A. Knight. Yeah. Then we got the first match of the night, which is Santos Escobar versus Montez Ford. The thing about this, it was that Montez Ford got more of a pop than Santos Escobar, and it's because people really like. There's a lot of people who don't know who the LWO was. Everybody know who NWO is. Everybody know the New World Order. Everybody know NWO Wolfpack. But not a lot of people. Well, I won't even say a lot of people know about the Wolfpack. But it's more known than LWO. Now, I wish people could appreciate that, because when Santos Escobar came out, he hardly got a pop. And then when Montez Ford and the Street Profits came out along with Bobby Lashley, they got more of a pop than Santos Escobar and the LWO is. And it's like, man, I wish y'all could appreciate the lineage and the what the LWO brings. So this was started by Eddie Guerrero, and this was like this Eddie Guerrero and other Latino wrestlers. It was just like, this is a legacy type thing. Man, it needs to be more appreciated than what it is. But it was a decent little opener match between the two. With Montez Ford, I think I would say he kind of like cheated to get the win, because he did like a roll up and grabbing the tights win. And this come off the heels of, there was a backstage promo where Bobby Lashley said, do I need to motivate you? He said, no, let's go out there and get that win. But Montez Ford got the win. The thing with Montez Ford and the Street Profits is I want to see what they're going to do with Bobby Lashley. And what's their end goal? I'd like to see, I want to see where they're trying to push them to be. and maybe it won't really show until after Roman Reigns and the Bloodline thing is over with. But I would love to see that. But yeah, Montez Ford got the win via rolling him up and holding the tights. John Cena came out and cut a promo next talking about how about how he praised Roman Reigns for his winning streak of being the champ, how long he's been the champion. But he's revealed that he's have a streak of his own, but it's in the opposite direction. His streak is a losing streak, and or a streak that he hasn't have. He hasn't. It's been I think he said 2001 or two. It was like 2000. Like 2001 or 2002 days without a televised win. Meaning meaning that he hasn't had a win on either Raw or SmackDown in 2001 or 2 days. And then he started talking about retirement. Maybe he said hang it up. But then the crowd started chanting for him, saying he still got it, and which prompted him up and said y'all believe in him, he believed in himself, and he know that he could still go, and that now that he's fired up and got this newfound confidence, he said any dumbass who step out that from behind that curtain is going to get smoked if they come out to the ring to face him. And does Solo Sikoa's music hit. So I'm thinking they about to have a match. And no, it was just a brawl. I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of the whole promo. The promo was saying he hadn't had basically a win on SmackDown Raw in 2001 or 2 days, and you didn't have a match. You just brawled. But yeah, Solo Sikoa come out and brawls with John Cena. Excuse me. John Cena would get the upper hand over Solo Sikoa, but Jimmy would come out to basically not even, but to help his brother, and they start jumping John. But then someone pulls Jimmy out the ring and start fighting with Jimmy, and it's revealed to be Jey Uso. And they begin to brawl and whatnot, and security guards and stuff had to separate the two. And this will allow John Cena to get the upper hand over Solo Sikoa and hit him with an attitude adjustment. Again, I was like, well, this still doesn't end your streak. This wasn't a match. This was just you brawling with Solo Sikoa and Jimmy. There will be the last part of this will be that backstage, Nick will be basically yelling at Jimmy because he's a Raw superstar and he's here on SmackDown causing chaos. And Adam Pearce was so up to tell that he was gonna have like the security escort him out the building, but Adam Pearce so told him that's not necessary. I will escort him out since he's my superstar, and that he would deal with it. And he was like, and he told Jay, since that little stunt you just pulled, because he said, I know why you did it because of what your brother did to you, but that little stunt you pulled just got you fined $10,000. And Alan Pierce like, whoa. I said, okay, fair enough. But if you're going to find Jay, find Jimmy. And he said, look, what happens on he said what happens on Raw is none of my concern, but what happens on SmackDown is. And so he basically like brushed aside what Jimmy did, and told he told them that they both could be escorted out the building. And Adam Pearce just look. He take off his glasses and look at Nick and be like, "That's how it's gonna be. All right, game on." And they both was escorted out the building. We're going to Logan Paul, who's been advertised since last week to be there to challenge Rey Mysterio, and that's what he did. He came out and ran down his list of accomplishments, and about his recent boxing victory, his multi-billion-dollar drink prime company, and that the one thing that he got everything he wants. You know, he's even engaged now. He said he got everything he wants except one thing, and that's the United States Championship, and that he wants the United States Championship, and challenges Rey Mysterio at Crown Jewel, and which Rey Mysterio come out and tell him that, yeah, you know what, I accept your match because you remind me a lot like my son Dominic, and that I can't wait to beat your ass at Crown Jewel. You know, but Rey Mysterio did give him his flowers. He said, you got the natural gift, natural talent, you got everything in the world, but you're just arrogant." He said, I'm gonna be glad to whip your ass at Crown Jewel. Then we got which you believe the second match of the night, which is Grayson Waller, Austin Theory versus Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes. This was a fun tag team match. Nothing too special. But it was fun to see Dragon Lee and Cameron Grimes get some TV time. You can really tell this is a Triple H led show because Cameron Grimes is getting some TV time. A fun little tag team match. Like I said, nothing too special, but it was good. It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. And Austin Theory and Grayson Waller would get the victory. Guessing they trying to set them up to be the next number one contenders again for the tag team titles. They would interview Kevin Owens about about him being on Smackdown and stuff, which is pretty much like the Sami Zayn promo from Monday Night Raw, where he just basically talked about how he how upset he was that he won't be able to tag with Sami, and that it was bittersweet. But he knows that eventually he's going to have a run in with the Bloodline, and that new opportunities for him again to try to get after the Universal Undisputed Championship and all that type of stuff, and that he's going to make the best of it. And then we get the main event, which is Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. And this was like the best match of the night. Granted, there was only like 4 matches, but this was the best matches of the 4. And this was a good one, man. This was granted, there were like multiple backstage promos and stuff in between all this that I kind of skipped because they really didn't mean nothing. But yes, this was a pretty good match, and well, not pretty good. This was the best match of the night, and the greatest spot ever is like the little homage to Shawn Michaels where I think Charlotte Flair German suplex Io, and Io did Shawn Michaels headstand. Like I said, in a tribute to Shawn Michaels when that happened to him. I don't know. I don't want to say he got German suplex, but I forgot what happened. But he got slammed or something, and he ended up like on the top of his head, and then he fell over. Being the best seller he is. And Io, she basically did the same thing. Io is a good seller. I love Io for that. She sells her moves pretty good. But yeah, this was a good match. A hard hitting, multiple near falls. A couple of times I thought Charlotte Flair might actually win. I had a feeling that she was going to win, but there was a couple of times they might actually let her win. But in the end, Io Sky, thanks to some help from Damage Control, Io Sky was able to cheat her way to a win, because I think when Charlotte went for the spear, she speared herself right into the championship that Io was holding at her waist. But the referee didn't see it, thanks to Dakota Kai distracting the referee. Io was able to get the pin 1, 2, 3. They would jump Charlotte at the end with a returning Bianca Belair running down the ring for the save to end the show. Overall, this was a decent SmackDown. I don't want to say it was bad. It was a decent SmackDown. Nothing too big happened. Some stories, matches got made for Crown Jewel, which was pretty much the main focus, was getting some stuff ready for Crown Jewel and setting up some stuff for next week, and the week after to set up more matches for Crown Jewel. Overall, I'm going to give this episode of Friday Night Smackdown I was gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Big up just for the fact that it was well worth it on the EOS Sky sale. The way she sold that move, being like up, being on her head like Shawn Michaels. That was entertaining. Like that match was very entertaining. But otherwise, everything else was pretty decent. You let me know in the comments down below what you thought though. If you enjoyed this episode of Friday Night SmackDown and my review, you know what to do. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my WWE reviews, all you gotta do is hit this button right there for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, you know what to do, guys. Hit those buttons. And as always, hitting you on these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere. Got more coming your way, including a surprise. Peace.